from ceremony here. Subscribers. What is happening? I'm still on my Bane kick. Move the cup out of the way again, goddammit. One of my fine, sexy Magnus sent me an email today. Just want me to check out this article about these qualities that are in the perfect woman. So let's check out this article, shall we? Together. Alright, let's check them out. And I will tell you what I think. So, let the fun begin. Says, quick quiz for you. What is every guy's idea of the perfect woman? Is it Michelle Obama type, who is strong and backs her man, but has her own independence? Is it the Sarah Silverman type, who makes him laugh and can enjoy crude humor, knows how to be immature, and sees life as the joke it really is? Is it the Snow White type, who's demure and kind, supremely nurturing, and seems to be as pure and clean as, well, snow? Is it the Jessica Rabbit type, the uber seductive bombshell who makes his jaw drop whenever she wiggles her hips in his sight? I do like that. And knows exactly how to command his sexual attraction. The answer may be more surprising than you think. All of the traits above represent a different quality that guys find attractive in their dream woman. So, let's talk about these qualities. Quality number 1, independence. Is that a quality that we like? Yes. Yes, because we don't in particularly like the damsel in too much distress. You get what I'm saying? A woman that just needs us so badly, it's like, God damn, what would you do without a man? We respect a woman that has succeeded in her own right, created her own success. Okay? Number 2, playfulness and fun. Yes, we do. Because I have, in particular, dated a couple that were just so fucking uptight, stick in the muds, that I was the constant humor and playfulness in a relationship, and I hated it. So, playfulness and fun is very good. It can de-stress a man. It can let him know that you do have a human side, that you're all not trying to be sexy and, you know, I'm a lady all the time. You get what I'm saying? Number 3, sweetness and nurturing. We do like that. Men like to be taken care of from time to time, but too much will feel like fucking mom. So we do like that. And number 4, sexual fantasy. You goddamn right. If you are that Jessica Rabbit, if you are, oh Lord, if you are a sexual fantasy, you look so fucking good that we want to tear your clothes off every single time we see you, the way you walk, the way you talk. You know, in the streets, you are a woman, but in the bed, you are the nastiest gut bucket freak, hoe bag, you know what, guzzling woman that we could ever find, that we would want to kill someone if you left us. Yes. And if you have the right balance of all 4 of these qualities, you damn right. But the article goes on to explain itself. It says, think through the people you know in your life, and you'll likely have many people who fit these character types. Unfortunately, all these traits are Janus-faced. They have good side and an ugly side of the same coin. When any of these traits are taken too far, they can ruin an otherwise amazing personality. True, I just touched on that when I was going down. Let's see what they have to say. It says, for example, the independent woman commands admiration and respect. See, I told y'all, we respect that. Then it says, but too much can feel aggressive and fail to make a man feel needed. Yes, women feel needed. Men also want to feel needed. When you, like, I can do everything, a man can do all that extra shit, then what do you need us for? Why do you want a relationship? What, just to say you have a man? We both have our role. Like The Rock would say, know your role and shut your mouth. That's the old one. That's the old Rock. And it says, the playful woman is so cool, but can be annoying and childish. and more like your bratty sister. Yes, that is absolutely true. I don't need a childish woman. If you have just the right amount of playfulness, that's very good. Some of it can transfer into Patty Pan, Peter Pan's sister. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to grow up. 3 says, the sweet, nurturing angel can be boring, frigid, and passive to a fault. That's true. That's absolutely true. As a matter of fact, I had a neighbor that reminds me of this. She was so... Her kids called her Betty Crocker. Her kids called her Betty Crocker. So that's funny because, like they would do something. They were like, Mom, if you were there, you'd be like, oh, golly gee. You're like, she was really like that. Like, when I would talk to... It took me years to get used to her. And I would just be like, wow, she just... Like, how did you have kids? Because you just seem like you're so, like, you know, but... She had a dark side because she opened up to me one time. She's telling me something. I was like, "Wow, okay, you the behind closed doors. You're an animal, huh? You okay? All right, I understand. I get it. You know." So, and then lastly, he says the sexual bombshell. He says, "Well, the sexual bombshell has no faults whatsoever and ought to be worshipped just like the goddess she is." True, exactly. And he says, just kidding. Says the sexual bombshell is an interesting one, though. And he says the sexual bombshell tends to get a little more leeway than the others, which is true. First of all, because she is able to immediately satisfy the most basic of male needs. That's true. And to be frank, any woman who does this is already well ahead of the curve. That is also true. But the sexual bombshell has a different kind of problem. I already know what he's going to say. Which only becomes apparent once the guy snaps out of the hypnotizing effects of her cosmic sexual powers. Yes. It says, even sexual allure has its limits. And eventually, a guy gets bored and needs something more. Absolutely true. The woman who is just sexy usually has no problem getting the guys interested in her. But the problem lies in when he gets further down the line. That's when his friends secretly say to each other, well, she's lucky she's sexy, because that's all I'm going to say. Or as long as he doesn't marry her, let him have his fun. And a guy can sense when his friends disapprove of her personality in this way. Suddenly he feels less proud of a woman he's with and realize she doesn't have long-term potential. That is very, very true. I've dealt with that myself. Says that's why bombshells get a ton of attention and have a highly active dating life, but still get constantly thrown away by guys who get bored of her. So it says, what is a man's dream woman then? Which one of these archetypes is the best to move towards? It might seem like I'm about to state the obvious. You need to be all of those traits above. That's the perfect woman. That's absolutely true. Well, kind of. That's partly true, he says. He said, but it's not how you think. I mean, can you really be independent, playful, funny, kind, sweet, sexual, nurturing, cool, and full of integrity all at the same time? No, you can't. But at least, he said, but a guy does at least need to see evidence of all these traits in small doses. He must see the potential for all of these things in different situations. I disagree with him there. I think there's a woman out there who was hot as fuck, funny, independent, and nurturing. I think she's out there. I do. I really do, Magnus. You can tell me down below whether you agree with that or not. So it says, so he doesn't need to be seduced at every possible opportunity to see you as a sexual goddess, but yes, he does want to think and see that you're capable of getting him home, throwing him on the bed, and practically ripping his shirt off because you can't wait to ravish him. If you've ever done this with your man before, for God's sake, start now. All right, so if you never have. It says, do you really have to be the girl who is always full of deep, deep conversation? and can ruminate about philosophy and the universe with him and unpack his entire personality and analyze every aspect of his mind? No. Too much of this and it becomes intense and boring. But again, he does need it some of the time. Yeah, you can't be the full spectrum of all these qualities all the time. So if that's what he meant earlier, yeah, I agree with him. But you have to have all these things sprinkled in, okay? It would be crazy to say that you have to show a guy you're the whole package in a single interaction. You don't have to. That's what's part of getting to know a woman. That's what dates are for, and long days, conversations, stuff like that. Which is why you don't. Rather, you see these traits as something a guy has to bear witness to over time, over different dates. A good reason to make your dates varied, to show different sides of yourself. The picture in his head of you as his perfect woman doesn't happen in one moment, or one date, or even 5 dates. It is being painted gradually over time. Every interaction and date is another brushstroke on the complete portrait he sees of you. It is a picture that is always sharpening to focus when he sees your qualities displayed in different moments. So with all that said, here's the golden principle when considering the qualities above. You don't need to be all of those things all the time, but you do need to be each of those things some of the time. Couldn't have said it better myself. Nearly anyone you can think of can be placed into a single basic character type if you narrow down their dominant traits, and that's fine. Everyone conforms to one stereotype more than another. There's nothing wrong with Sarah Silverman being known as the funny girl or Michelle Obama being known as the strong-willed woman. We all gravitate towards some traits more than others, and some people are more turned on by one trait more than another. But what matters is how much we shatter people's perceptions of these stereotypes. Even if we conform to one of them, if you conform to a brainy girl stereotype, for example, but he sees you go and dance and be fun and able to be sexual and spontaneous, suddenly you're completely unique. Sarah had that quality, I must say. She was brainy, but I also saw her as sexy at one point. So that's interesting. What matters is that we are a constant surprise to people. Just when a guy thinks they have you pinned down, he sees a side they never thought you would embody. There's always that moment when a guy thinks to himself, this girl isn't like all the others. And usually it's because she isn't. To learn the simple steps to become the woman who stands, all right, well, I will post the link below so you can go watch their video. Apparently they're selling something. It sounds like the brothers know what they're talking about. So I gotta say that in my recent travels, I think I may have found a woman that displays these qualities, all of them. And if anything goes any further, Magnusites, you will have the privilege of meeting her sometime in the future. The future! So, anyway, Magnusites, let me know what you think about these qualities. And, matter of fact, here's a question for you. Tell me which quality that you need most. Okay? It's 4 qualities. Tell me which 2 you need most. Let me see. What do I need? What do I need most? I need number 2 and number 4. Most. Number 2 and number 4. I need a lighthearted, playful woman I can laugh with, have a good time with, and I need a sexual fantasy. And they're interchangeable at different times. I need fun and buns. Funs and buns. I need that. Absolutely. The other 2 come in 3rd and 4th. You know, I do like the nurturing woman, the woman who will take care of me if I'm sick. I ain't no bitch when I'm a baby, but will take care of me when I'm sick and cook for me, stuff like that. And I want an independent woman, you know, a woman who's not tied to her family constantly. Also a woman who can break away and travel the world and, you know, start her own business and go for the gusto, go for her own success. I admire that in women. But the first 2, whoop, I need them playful and sexual fantasy, or sexual fantasy and playful. Either one, god damn it, because, I mean, shit. All right, Magnus, post your 2 most important qualities of the foe down below. Oh, man, subscribers. Woo!